how to make your own custom math printables generator in Excel. That is the subject of this video. If you are interested, keep watching. Last year, I created winter fun printables for my Creative Fabrica store, total of 9 sets. And these activity pages included math printables. A lot of people asked me lately, did I create them using Luke Bau's Kids Math Equation generator that is part of the PowerPoint puzzle generator? And the answer is no. I created these pages last year when this addition to the puzzle generator was not yet available. I was working on my own math printables generator when Luke announced and published his addition to the puzzle generator. Let me show you what I mean. So I have this tab in PowerPoint called Puzzle Generator. It's a PowerPoint add-in. If you already have it, you know how to use it. If you do not have it, you have a 7-day free trial. In order to use the trial, you need to have PowerPoint and Excel installed on your computer. They need to be installed on your computer. So we need to have clean slide, delete everything from the slide before running the puzzle generator. If you click continue, make all the settings, up difficulty, how many pages you want, and click OK. As you can see, it generates one page of puzzles and one page with solutions, and everything is still completely editable. I can change the font, I can change size, I can move things around. For example, if I want more solution on one page, I would shrink this down and copy another solution here. So you have plenty of options. Basically, it generates puzzles and solutions fast. Everything is editable, but it was not available at the moment when I was creating my own math printables. So I continue to work on my own generator and expand it till this day. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create your own printables in Excel. And I'm not talking about single sheet with you typing the actual numbers, because you can do that easily in any program. You can do that in Word, you can do that in PowerPoint or whatever. I'm talking about utilizing the fact that you have cells and formulas that can recalculate the values within the cells. So we are going to use automatic random values generator that will produce infinite unique sheets for your students or for you to sell. Some things I will mention here in this video will not make any sense if you never created a book in Excel. So you have to take a sort of leap of faith and trust me on some things. I published, not over KDP, but regularly. So I have my own agent, I have my publisher and all of that. And I published several science textbooks. And I created them within the Excel itself. And every time I'm exporting my book from that Excel file, I get a completely unique book because I used formulas and random values generator. If after watching this video you think this is just too much work and it takes too long to get it done, so this is what it actually looks like. So if you think that it is too much work, I actually plan to publish my Excel file, so this one that you see right now, in my Gumroad store. I'm not sure are enough people interested in this, so if you are interested, please comment down below. I also want to make a note here that my Excel is using specific layout, specific fonts, so I would really suggest you try making your own generator in Excel following this tutorial before you give up and download mine. So let's try to see, is it easy or too hard for you before you actually give up. Open your Excel and start, of course, with the blank sheet. You will already have it in front of you, and click on the page layout, select size, and from the drop menu pick US letter. You do not have a lot of freedom here because you are limited to the printer paper dimension. Excel at the moment doesn't allow inputting custom dimension directly, like you can do it in PowerPoint. You would have to install a lot of additional printer drivers to get all the list that you see here. because I have plenty of printer drivers installed on my computer. That is why I have all these values here. So pick the US letter dimension. It will be the one that is going to be in your Windows system. It's going to be available, and it is also one of the KDP Amazon print trim sizes. So once we have that set up, we need to make sure that the sheet is ready for the work we're going to do inside. Click on the upper left corner so all the cells are selected, and now shrink everything to 20 pixels. So 20 pixels row and 20 pixels height. You can go smaller if you want, but do not go larger than 20 pixels. Why? Excel is kind of funky when it comes to text alignment and cell text distribution. So more cells you have on a page, the more freedom in styling you will have. You can always merge some cells if you want to have more room in this area, but you cannot split a single cell. So that's why we need to have more cells on the single page so we have more freedom in styling. Let's start with the first row. The first row is going to be a place where we're going to put name, and then it's up to you. You can put date or class or whatever. And then we're going to add here a line so people can actually write that value here. So the first row is not really important. It is completely up to you. You can decide what you're going to put on top. And also what I like to do from time to time is I go to file and go to print, and I want to see how my page looks like in print preview. So from time to time you can go here and check, is everything looking good. If you see something completely scrambled here, make sure that the US letter is also selected here. Why is this important? When it comes to you setting here the page layout and size and print, they are not connected. I know it sounds weird, but they are not connected. So sometimes you need to set the dimensions there in the print layout, and you need to also set it here in the print preview as well to make sure they match. Now that we have the page ready, we need to decide, depending on the age group, how many tasks do we want to have on one page. I actually made a plan for myself here. So I need to create addition, generator subtraction without negative values in results, subtraction with negative values in the result, multiplication, division, and then mixture of everything above. And then we have numbers between 1 to 10 as a result, 10 to 100, 100 to 1000, and 1000 to 10,000. And these are my plans. I did not actually stick to my plans. I did not do this one. I did this one. I did this one and this one. So I skipped the 14. So I can now even delete this one. I didn't do that. I believe I did 12. So I actually did 12. So you need to make a plan how many tasks you're going to have on single page. So if you pick 9, that means you're going to have 3 rows and 3 columns. So let me show you how that looks like. So this is, let's go to the print preview. So this is 3 rows and 3 columns. The font is big, large, and it is for kids, for example, elementary school, for toddlers when they are just starting with math. So this one was just for kids starting with basic maths. Numbers are large, there is enough room between the tasks. Let's see how that looks like in print. You see it's big enough. So how did I create this? Of course, I need to go back to my empty sheet, and I need to know that this is my line. I don't know, can you see it? So let's switch to the print preview. If you do not see that line, this line here and this line here in the regular view, so it's this one here that is visible, you can go to print preview to see it, and then you can actually move things. So you know this is the room you have, this is the printable page that you will have. So I need to have 1, 2, 3 columns and 1, 2, 3 rows. Let's start with the tag where I'm going to put the number. So merge cells, and this is going to be task number 1. And I can edit this later. I'm not going to change the fonts now. I just want to see how much space I need and how much space I have. Let's go with 5. Copy this down 3 times. So one number solution. And here I need room for the operator and for the equal sign. So equal, once you type equal, press enter, because if you don't do that, it's going to count that you are trying to type equation in it, and it's not going to allow you to type the operator, any operator, or equal sign. And here I'm just going to type a random number at the moment, just so I can set the font. So let's go higher. So 36 looks good. Let's go with 36 here as well. And this needs to be underlined. So that is number 1, and let's also increase this. I'm not using any font, any random font. The font I'm using is called Open Dyslexic font. It is a free font to use in projects such as this one. You can get it on Gumroad. The link will be down below. I'm also using another specific font because I want to have my solutions. Let me show you back in print. You see my solutions are on the bottom, but they are flipped upside down. At the moment, the only way you can type, to my knowledge, you can type upside down values and text in Excel is by using this font. This font is called upside down font. I will also link to that font down below if you want to have the solutions on the same page the same way I do, and it's flipped upside down. Why am I using a dyslexic font? Of course, to cover everybody in the classroom, so every kid. So for the kid that doesn't have dyslexia, they will just think this is some funny font with dot in the 0. But if there is any kid that is struggling, this is font for them. They will easily read this and understand this. So that's why I'm using this font for my kids' math printables. Let's go back to our sheet, and now we need to make this changeable, so it automatically generates task and solution. What we need to have here is a number between 1 and 10, so solution cannot go over 10. In order to get this, I'm going to go equal random, so run between is the function. Click on the run between, and I'm going to type, just for the beginning, between 5 and 10, and close the bracket. And now this is going to generate randomly every time I click. Let's go to formulas. So every time I click calculate now, it is going to generate a random number between 5 and 10. So that is my first value, that is the result. Now in the upper segment, either up or down, doesn't really matter, I'm going to repeat the same steps. So run between, and this is going to be 1 and 4. So any number that is not generated down below, because down below I'm going to get between 5 and 10. So here I need between 1 and 4, and click enter. And now all that is left is this number here. This number is going to be this one, the solution, minus the second number that was generated, and press equal. And now I have my formula. See, 1 plus 7 is 8, 2 plus 4 is 6, 4 plus 2 is 6, 4 plus 4 is 8. So it is working. And now I'm going to duplicate this, copy, and I'm going to paste it here. And I'm going to paste it again just to see, do I have enough room? Did I make everything correctly? If I made a mistake, if there is too much free space, or if I'm extending beyond the print size, I'm going to go back and change the dimensions of the cell. I'm also going to make sure this is aligned right. The biggest thing is when you are creating inside Excel is that you make the first sheet completely good, that you make all the adjustments, because later on everything is going to be just copy paste. And what I can do here actually is I can change this up. I can put this to be, for example, between 2 and 8. 2 and 8. And here you see I get negative values, so that means I need to fix this one. I can put here to be 1 and 2. Let's increase this to 3 to 8. And that is going to give me, let's see. So now I have this combination because I want to make sure that different numbers are generated here and here as well. So you can play with the values here. You can put here around between 5, and that means here I need to put around between 6 and 10. And that's it. Now all it takes is select all of this, copy and paste, and copy and paste again. Change this to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And now I have my first sheet. If I'm happy with this, and if I'm just working for addition, I can now select, hold the control key and click with your mouse, select everything in the result, go to home, change the font to white. So it's still going to work, it's still going to calculate, but only the solution will not be visible. And now you can print this out, go to print, then run the recalculation again and print. So you have infinite addition printables. Let me undo the font change. How do we get all the other sheets? If you are happy with this, if you are happy with the settings, if you are happy with how the page looks like, go to the sheet, right click on the sheet, move or copy, create a copy and make a copy of that sheet. And now we're going to change this to minus, minus, minus. And now everything is minus, and of course the formulas are now wrong. So now I need to flip it. Now this needs to be on top. I need to start with the number that is between 5 and 10. So here I need to have a random number between 5 and 10. And here I need to have a random number between, so this is run between 1 to 4, because the above is 5 to 10. And now here equal this minus this. That is the formula. This number minus this number gives me this number. And now what I can do is select all three, copy and paste them. Once again it is going to ask me, let me just mute the desktop so you don't hear the constant warning. Just paste here. It doesn't matter now that this is not going to be the actual random values. We can change the formulas easily. The reason why I'm just doing this is so I can have the formulas in all cells. And now I can change things up. Now I can put this between 6 and 10, and this is going to be now between 1 and 5 generator. I can also do here, so this is going to be between 6, and this one needs to be between 1 and 5. So you mix them up so you get different numbers on the top and the bottom. And this is how you would create a math printable for subtraction, and we need to make sure that all the values are positive, so the results are positive. The way we did this is by forcing the top number, the starting number, to be higher and the second number to be always a lower number. And now let's create another one. So just create a copy of this one, and now we need to flip. Now we need to have this number run between 1 and 4, doesn't matter, and this is going to be run between 6 and 10. and now we're going to get negative values. Once again, you can copy this and paste all around, or you can actually change the formulas in each cell. It doesn't matter how you're going to do it, but this is how you create math printables for subtraction. Let me put here so I know the order. So this was addition, this was subtraction without negative numbers. The top number needs to be higher, larger than the second number, and then the last one, subtraction with the possibility of negative number in the bottom. That means the upper number can be smaller than the second number. Let's move on to the next step. I'm going to use the plus sheet and move or copy, create a copy, go to the end, and now this one is going to be for application. And once again, I repeat, you will not have to do this all the time. This is only for the first sheet. Let's go back to plan. So once you make all of this for number 10, what we're going to do, we're going to use the same sheets and just build them up. We're just going to make more room to the left, more room on the bottom. We're going to shrink the font in order for everything to fit. But we're going to use the first set of these 6 sheets once we are finished. So now we have multiplication. Let's see the formulas. We need to make sure that this number doesn't go beyond 10. The only way this number will not go beyond 10 is if we have round between 1 and 5 and round between 1 and 2. So that is the only way. So the highest number that can be multiplied is 5, and the highest number that it can be multiplied with is 1 or 2. Of course, you can make some adjustments by flipping these two values up and down. So the number 5 up to 5 is generated sometimes up and sometimes down. So let's go back here. This number is going to be round between 1 to 5, and this number is now going to be round between 1 and 2. And this is going to be this one times this one. So that is the only way we can get this number to stay under 10. The maximum number is 5 in one cell, and another number is maximum 2. Here we can flip it. We can put this round between 1 to 5 here on the bottom, and then once again here it's going to be this times this. And now what is going to happen is that this number is going to be higher than this number here. So that is how you create mix between the equations. And now you can just copy paste this, copy paste wherever you want to get the formulas around here, here. Then I'm going to copy this variation here, 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 and here. And that's it. As you see, you don't have a lot of options. It's not going to generate, because multiplication for up to 10 doesn't have a lot of really options. Same is going to happen with division. So if we go to the division sheet, you will see that I don't have actually formulas. So this is, you see, when I click, nothing happens. If I click calculate, the only thing that is changing is this cell here that is dividing with number 1. So you don't have a lot of options. When it comes to division up to 10, you have 10 divided with 5, 8 with 2, 8 with 4, 6 with 3, 6 with 2. So all of this is what you have in division up to number 10. But now that we have all the sheets ready, what we can do is, let's go back to this book. What you can do is now you duplicate this one, move to the end, create a copy, and now what we do is, this is up to 10. So what we need to do to get to 100 is just change the round between 10 and round between 40 Here I'm going to put run between 50 and run between 100. So I'm just adding a 0. And now I have math printable for the values up to 100. So same formula, you just add 0 after each number that you have inside. So 0, 0, and you see now I have completely new set of printables for the values up to 100. Change everything. Usually I would not do this by hand. I would just make the first row, and for everything else I would copy paste. And that is how you create all the other printables. Go back to the formula and just change it with additional 0. So how I'm going to convert this to printable up to 1000? Same here, I add another 0 and another 0 here, and here I also add another 0 and another 0. So now it is going to create a run between value between 500 and 1000, and I press enter, and I have printable for up to 1000. So like I said at the beginning, all you have to do is create the first 4 sheets for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Once you have that and all the formulas are good and tested, everything else is copy pasted, and in the formula add a 0 to get higher number. Of course, once you go to the higher number, let's go even higher. Let's go to 10,000. So here I'm going to have run between 1000 and 4000, and you see what happens now. And this is due to the font. Now our font is too large for this. If you get these hashtags, do not change the font immediately. Don't go to change font immediately. Check it, is it actually too big? Because just because you cannot see it here, that doesn't mean it's not going to show in print. So go to the print preview, and you see here it is a hashtag. So if it's a hashtag in print preview, that means you need to reduce the font. If it's not a hashtag in print preview, that means you can keep the font as is. So let's reduce the font by little and go back to print preview, and now it is working. And that's it. That's basically it. That is how the formulas are very simple. You have run between 2 values, and then you have another run between a different set of values to reach the maximum number, and in between you either have subtraction, division, or multiplication result in between the 2 values. So let's see all my printables. So that was up to 9. How to create mix? Same thing, you just copy paste wherever you want from the files you just created. Copy paste a mixture of everything and click on calculate now, and you're going to get a mix math operators printable. This is my up to 100. As you can see, it's run between 10 and 100, and then I have 1000. Of course, I reduce the font, and then at the end I have addition to 10,000, and you see here I have hashtag, but I did not reduce the font, because if I go to print preview, you see the font is actually visible. So that is how you create this part on the top. How to add the solution value. Let me zoom this in so you can see the solutions. Here, how to create the solution tab. What you need to do is go to the bottom. Let's go back here. So go to the bottom. If you want to have solution on the same page, so type here 1, so solution for task number 1. Merge couple of cells so you have room for the number. Click equal, press equal, and select the number cell and press enter. And now it is going to show the value, and if I click, if the value, if this in this cell changes, it's going to change here in the results. And that is how you create solution. If you want to have this on the second page, all you have to do is move the print line, so this one, move it here, so this is now going to be printed on the second page. Select this one, and here number 3, once again, I repeat, I know I said this a lot of times, but I'm going to repeat again. This would be something that you do on the first sheet before you start duplicating them, because now I would have to do for everything, for division, multiplication. If I did this automatically and then copy pasted, I would have the results here. No matter what changes I did here, it would have the result in this bottom tab. If you want to have this flipped, that means you need to use the upside down font. Let me show you that. Let's now zoom things in. So if I'm going to type upside down, I need to keep in mind that the page needs to be flipped. So I need to start from the right and right to the left. So this would be the place for number 1, and then the value, number 2, and then the value of the solution. And that's it. That is how you create printables inside Excel. You have the basic formulas, random generalization, you have the freedom of styling if you created the Excel the way I showed you at the beginning. Now I'm going to work on completing this Excel. I still have, like I said, I need to finish the 60 version. And I'm not going to do that on screen because it's going to take too much time. And it is ready, it is finished. So I have my printable ready. It is 6 columns, 10 rows, 60 tasks total. Let's see how that looks like in print. It looks good. This is the part when I'm going to have solutions. Of course, if you're not going to have solutions here, you can make more space in between if you want. But that is how you create math printables. And let me just test it out. Click on calculate now. You see it's generating random values, random numbers. So each time I export this file, export as PDF or something else, I'm going to get a different number. Now the question is, what if you want to have this in a different print dimension? For example, if you want to have it in 6x9 or something like that, how would you do that? You cannot do that directly in Excel. So what you would do is select all of this, click copy, and then you go to PowerPoint. Let's go to the new slide. Set the slide to the dimension you want. So whatever you want here, set it up and paste the table here. And now you can move things around, you can edit things around. But of course, this is going to have only those values that were generated at the moment you copy paste. This is not going to change as you click and move around. And this is how you get your printable in a different dimension. So copy paste everything from Excel into the PowerPoint, and now you can also edit, but of course you cannot change the numbers here. You need to copy another printable here. So if you want to add some decoration, if you want to make some adjustments, you can do that in PowerPoint. So that is why I said at the beginning, it is best if you have the combo, if you have PowerPoint for a lot of options in decoration, and then you have Excel that will generate you a different printable tasks. And that's it. That was the entire video. Now I'm going to complete this book with this Excel file with 60 tasks. So I need to copy and paste this and make this into a division. I can also change this up easily. So let me duplicate that. Move or copy, create a copy. So I don't have to type now the division. What I can do is under home, go to replace, and I want to replace plus with minus and replace all. And you see 60 tasks, 60 replacement, and now it replaced everything, every plus replaced with minus. So I don't have to do that manually. I can do that with the function of find and replace. and now I need to change the formulas up. I need to put the highest number on the top, on the bottom, and that is something I'm going to do off the video. I'm going to finish this Excel file. If you want this Excel file, comment down below. I'm going to upload it to my Gumroad store when it's finished. If you like the video, please click the like the button. And if you have any questions, if something is unclear, ask me down below. As usual, until next video, I'll see you in the comments. Bye.